Hey, what's up? So, I'm making this personal video. Yes, I said personal. To a specific person, which, I will leave anonymous just because I don't want to, bring up her name. Because she probably doesn't want it. But, she sent me a message tonight where she was talking about how she is a 14-year-old girl and, she said that how her life is changing, how she's talking about how she started from being a nice girl and she's slowly changing into a girl that doesn't want to exactly live anymore, or is she's saying she's just changing and she's not happy, and thinking about suicide and cutting, and I don't do this. I really don't. So, for this girl, that sent me this message, I felt like I couldn't just send you a message over YouTube, because that's how it was sent, and just feel like I've made things better. So I figured I would pull up the webcam and send this personal message to you, because this is kind of serious, and I care. I really do. And even though how, in your message you said how you've been not really talking to your parents about it, and and you're not really, I can't really remember if you said you're not sure if they care or not, but, people do care. I don't even know you. I just read a message. This could be all lies. And I care. So, honestly, I just want to tell you a few things that I think you should consider doing, and tell you the things you shouldn't do. Don't commit suicide. Please don't. Suicide is the worst thing to do. Yes, you only live once, and committing suicide is possibly the most selfish act you could ever do. When you killing yourself, you're not only, for you it might be, yeah, you're just saying to yourself, oh yeah, I just won't be around anymore. But what about the people who care about you? You're hurting their feelings. You're doing worse than hurting your feelings. You're like shattering a part of their lives. Your parents, they will be traumatized. Your friends, they will be traumatized. Your family, everybody that knew you will be like, she's not alive anymore. She's not around. And it's a big deal. It really is. So, just remember, committing suicide doesn't make things better. It makes things hell of a lot worse. It really does. And, cutting yourself is not a good idea either. I know, I can understand what you mean. How you said it feels like it makes you feel better. Don't do it. I don't know if I'm trying to read, this is a big message. You said you want to start cutting because it makes you feel better. So I'm assuming you have. But don't. You're hurting yourself, and not only that, just think about it. A few days from now, weeks, months, years, you'll look back at your wrists, and you'll see those marks from your problem. And you don't want to look at that. You want to get over it, and you want to, be able to say, I can just forget about what happened. It was a phase, and that's exactly what this could be. A lot of teenagers like yourself that are starting to become teenagers, they feel like the world is weighing on their shoulders, and they feel like everybody is just changing, turning against them. People change. I've changed. I changed when I was a kid. Everybody changes, and they change in different ways, shapes, and forms. So, you could be just changing in a sense that it's a lot more negative than it should be. And you could have depression. Clinical depression. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not saying stuff that you clearly told me, and it seems like I didn't read your message, because I did. But the signs that I'm reading here, if you didn't tell me it, it's the sign of clinical depression. Well, it can be, unless you are dealing with a lot of crap. But like you said, you kind of just transitioned from what you used to be to upset, and you don't want to be like around. You want to hurt yourself and these thoughts, and it's not your fault. It really isn't. Clinical depression is it's a real thing, and it's something that you can't do alone, and you should tell your parents. You really should, because keeping it inside is not going to help. It's not. It's going to actually do worse things than it would. I'm trying to think of a... Actions are louder than words? Is that... I'm trying to think of... You know what? Forget it. My point is, it's better to let it out than keep it in. And you should tell your parents, and... I mean, you could have depression, and they will give you medication. They will help you out, and who knows? You can get, you could be better very soon. And, my girlfriend, on this bed right now, she doesn't want me to show herself. She doesn't want to show herself because she's shy. But she has clinical depression. Don't you, Alyssa? See, and she's laughing. And, I mean, me and her went through a really rough stage in the past 2.5 years because she only just recently was diagnosed with it. And, I mean, it was really hard. But it does get better. So don't give up and just keep pressing forward. Remember, things can only get better when they look like they fuck. Things can only get better when they look worse. That's what I'm trying to say. Things will get better. I'm sorry that I'm messing up. It's really late, and I wanted to make sure I did this before I sleep because I was concerned. I really was, and I hope you realize that. And for anyone else who watches this and feels the same way, you're depressed, you're upset, you want to cut yourself, kill yourself, don't do it. It's not a good idea. Killing yourself is just going to make things worse, and scarring your arms is just you're always going to be reminded about what you did. And I mean, if you've done it already, I mean, just as long as you don't do it to the point where it's like all down, like it's ridiculous. Because that could be, I mean, that's just going to suck. And I mean, it's just scars. And I mean, even if you have them, I mean, don't take my word for it and say, oh man, I'm going to look at that every day now and be like, what have I done? Just consider it a battle wound. Your battle against depression, and you won. Consider it a sign that you overcame that tough obstacle in your life, and just take it into consideration. Appreciate the little things in life, and don't get upset about anything. This hot chocolate's really good. I consider you should get some hot chocolate. I suggest it. But to sum things up, for the person who sent me that message, that I will probably send to you to watch, send you to watch this, don't hurt yourself. People do care about you. It might not seem like it. And keeping it in is not going to help. Just remember, people do care. I care. And you should care too.